Hello.
Hello.
It's
Hello.
that time of the week. We are back. Uh Another week, another podcast. Before we get into the topics at hand though, we are going to go through each other's weeks. So, Mike, go ahead.
Um, Still kind of moving along with the move. Tonight's the first night that we actually started unpacking boxes, and I don't know when I'll actually be moved in yet. So you might see me in this space for maybe a couple more times. I still have to get Wi-Fi set up in there and all of that stuff.
And
How
get
far
Ethernet.
away? Yeah.
Otherwise,
And get Ethernet.
I will go after you.
How far away is this new place from where you're at currently?
Oh, it's literally like 5 minutes away.
Oh,
if
nice.
if even that.
Nice. Nice. That's good. Very nice. Bree.
A little bit of interesting news for me. I have a new episode of Lay Crap Up, but with Mike's blessing, we are now hosting on Renegade Pop Culture.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
And the fact that this already has like 40 views, I'm like, really? It's gonna be this episode, but whatever. And then I'm having my co-host is actually coming to visit in a couple days, and I've just been doing screenplay stuff. But yeah, it's just been a lot of busy, but also like a lot of relaxing. I also watched the Reincarnated as a Slime movie earlier today because I woke up in my email and Crunchyroll sent me a screener. Knew nothing about the series. It was fine. But it kind of reaffirmed to me that I don't really think I fuck with isekai as a genre, but yeah, just kind of a whatever week.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right. Kiona?
My week has been Vampire the Masquerade deep dives, prepping for the Kindred After Dark project that we're working on, and just writing out my character's backstory. And it's still early going, so I've been watching the live play LA by Night on YouTube to get some inspiration. So that's been fun to see. But yeah, it's been a lot of role play, and it's just been a lot of just really diving headfirst into this stuff, and hopefully understanding it to the point where I'll be able to weave a good tale. Along with Red as well, who we're co storytellers for that. So, other than that, what have I been doing? What have I been playing? I've been playing mostly casual type games because I've been trying to focus on just have something going on to just to play some games, but also have the LA by Night in the background so I can hear it and just kind of absorb it that way. So I've been playing a lot of this new game that came out called Terratech Legion, which is kind of cool. It's like a Vampire Survivors sort of experience, but with some building on your vehicle, and you can actually add weapons to your vehicle, and it's kind of cool. Very old school, very arcadey. So it's a little mixture of almost like a vehicle builder or a base builder, but mixed in with some survivors elements and that sort of thing, where it's just auto shooting everywhere and stuff like that. So that's been kind of fun. And like I said, it's very easy to focus on that and also listen to the play thing that's happening, the live play that's going on. That and Vampire Crawlers. That game, surprisingly fun. Not bad for a deck builder. So yeah, it's been mostly casual experiences this week. I will get back to Pragmata. I know that you're going to talk about that, Brock, and please go into as much as you want about the game, because I already love the game. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah,
I legitimately have a fucking box of tissues because I'm telling you I'm going to cry on this podcast.
Oh man.
Damn.
Not to sound disingenuous, but I can't wait. Anyway.
Yeah.
And also Crimson Desert. I played a little bit of that, and like I said, because I've been diving so deep into VTM, I haven't really gotten back to it. But it's a pretty cool game. There's a lot to do. My God, it's almost too big.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a quiet week. Just very much getting into that headspace.
Gotcha. Nice. All right. Oh boy. So, we'll get into that maybe when we get into actual gaming because there's stuff to go into along with it. But
Definitely.
I finished Pragmata. For the short part of it, I will say that
Nice.
game is a 10 out of 10, and this is not joking because yes, RE9 came out this year. That is my game of the year.
Oh shit, Pragmata is?
Pragmata is.
Nice.
Damn.
I'm
Even beating out RE9? Really?
It beat out
RE9 was extremely strong. So that's saying something.
I'm telling you right now, I cried harder at the end of this game than I have ever in any game I have played in my entire life.
Shit.
I had a stronger visceral reaction to the ending of the story in this game with Hugh and Diana than I did with Joel and Ellie.
Wow. That's saying
Wow.
something.
That's something.
And I am telling you right now, if the woman, and I'm blanking on her name currently, that voices Diana does not get a nomination for Voice Actor of the Year, and I'm telling you right now, doesn't win, I'm going to be legitimately upset. The care and just... I'll get into that later, but that this game just had to be okay.
Yeah.
And holy,
I know what you mean.
Holy fuck! Like, but yeah, fucking A, because I'm gonna start crying if I start talking about it. So I'm gonna wait until we actually get into it. But yeah, beat that live on stream. If anyone wants to see
Nice.
A grown man degenerate into a literal pile of shredded organs and tears, that is archived on my Twitch archive channel. It's probably still up on the Twitch channel. I couldn't speak. I just shut the stream off. I couldn't even speak. But yeah.
Yep.
What else? How does it compare to Violet Evergarden? That is a good question. Hey, Mike, do you remember how hard I cried during the episode with the mom and the letters?
Yep.
This is up there.
I was about to, if Jacob didn't ask, I was about to.
This is up there. Because I don't think I need to go into great detail, but I have said many times on this podcast and many other podcasts around it and other videos and streams that I have said for a long time that one thing I would love to do in my life is be a father, and I have very much wanted to have a daughter. There was some girl dads on this development team. Oh, I expected the ending to be sad, but it was sad for a different reason. And they pulled a fucking rug pull that ripped my heart clean fucking out. Oh, but yeah, on a slightly happier point of view, I mentioned last week that I discovered Baby Monster and I became a very big fan of them. They just had an album drop yesterday.
Ooh.
Very good. Very, very, very good. So there's that. What else? Started streaming the last of the Tomb Raider Survivor trilogy. I plan to have that done before the Lego Arkham Knight or Batman Legend of the Dark Knight thing comes out, because I'm going to stream the living shit out of that. That makes me very happy that that's coming up soon, and the more I see about it, the greater it looks. The fact that they put like a fake radio show with nights with Conroy or Kevin or whichever it was on there makes me so fucking happy. That is something now that you know that everything's come out with whatever with Bob Kane and how this stuff is split. Can we just put Easter eggs for Kevin Conroy in Batman things now?
Sure.
Right?
Even if it's something simple like Conroy Drive, or
they meet a suspect whose name is Kevin, or anything. Like, at this point, I would love for if they ever make another male Robin for his name to be Kevin.
Yes,
And
I would like
make
that
it
very much.
point blank obvious that it is named after Kevin Conroy. But, anyway, so yeah, there is that. I am currently getting some stuff ready for the next convention I'm going to. I'm going to my very first Anime Central. So that is a, like, 30,000 something population convention that happens around Chicago. So that'll be by far the biggest one that I've gone to. So I am very, very excited about that. But one thing I'm very excited about is that I was going to be going for one day to a convention in Green Bay, KitsuneCon, and then I'm still going for a day, but I'm finding out now that there's a lot more going on there than what I thought. Because originally, Adam Gibb, the guy who voices Tamsi, and Gachi Akuta is going to be there, and then it turned into another person, and then a friend messaged me. It's like, hey, so you're going to KitsuneCon, right? I'm like, yeah, why? He goes, oh, I just figured there was another name you want to, add on to your list. And they messaged me that Michelle Ruff is going to be there, the voice actor for Yoko
dang.
Littner.
Oh, that is great.
I will now, outside of Nia, will be able to have gotten to meet the main 4 people in Gurren. So I'm pretty fucking psyched about that. Like, I got her autograph already during COVID because of GalaxyCon Live and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be emotional. But yeah, let's get into the news proper here, because we got a couple of these that we're gonna go on for a while about, and you're gonna see me be a really sad person and a really angry person both in one podcast. This is gonna
The duality of Brock.
The duality. You're gonna see vacillating spectrums of my personality on this podcast. All right, let's go here.
Indeed.
All right, and you're gonna learn why people should really just shut the fuck up and not do interviews after trailers come out, because they make themselves sound very dumb. And their visual effects artist should also shut the fuck up, because he made the director also sound a lot dumber. But anyway, so let's get on to our topics here. Bree, buy or sell the Odyssey trailer?
I mean, it's probably gonna be the biggest movie of the summer. Or number 2. I honestly would be legitimately surprised if it isn't the biggest movie of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question at the end that we'll debate later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, the summer.
But otherwise, I buy that trailer.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some people that aren't happy about certain things in it, but it's whatever. Mike, buy or sell the new Evil Dead Burn trailer?
Oh, fuck yeah, I buy this.
I figured as much.
I just watched it. It was very good.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks really good. Dishwasher.
Kiona, buy or sell that Take-Two CEO says Grand Theft Auto is releasing on consoles first because Rockstar always starts on console, serving the core consumer. He also says the delayed PC release has nothing to do with their PlayStation marketing deal.
Not sure I believe that, but okay. Sure, Jan. I mean, I also heard that
to be fair, the delay for the PlayStation for GTA 5 to PC was a long time.
It was a long time. Yes, that's why. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It sounds like business as usual for them. Yeah. Did you also hear that Bank of America is telling them?
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, that was another one. I suppose I'll mention that right away. That also buy or sell that Bank of America says that Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar should start the trend of making GTA 6 be $80 so that the rest of the companies follow suit.
We already live in a late-stage capitalistic hellscape. I don't think so. I very much sell that. For Strauss's reasoning behind it, I mean, it's a whatever from me. I'm gonna say cautious sell.
Yeah.
But you know what? Go ahead, dude. Do what you want at this point. I mean, don't raise the price, but do what you want otherwise in terms of the release date here's the thing. For PC or console or whatever.
And this is where these types of people are super stupid.
Yeah.
Is because if it sells for $80, it'll be successful for $80. That's because it's GTA. Literally, it's nothing to do with anything else.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do
Other
with anything.
Other companies try to do it, it will blow up in their faces. I
Yep.
promise
Oh, yeah.
you.
Do you
It
remember?
already did.
Do you remember
It already
when
did.
it was
Outer Worlds 2.
The Outer Worlds 2, how they backed off that so fucking fast?
Oh, they backed off that so fast.
And now they said the sales were so bad that they're never making another one.
I know. It's because they shot themselves in the foot and they messed
They
up.
did.
They screwed up.
No, but they just don't. Like, GTA is its own separate category. Like, its own,
It is.
like, anomaly. Like, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, GTA can't
It is.
dictate market trends. Like, it is its own trend.
Yeah, no.
You want to know what I
Yeah.
honestly think would be the most baller move? Is
What?
to sell GTA for $60 and then still make
Yeah.
bank and watch nobody else do it, and then Rockstar go, what? Afraid you can't make money if you sell it for $60? We're the only ones that can?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the
Oh, I
Because
bet
they
you
make
do
so
that.
much
That would
money.
be
Because you know what they're going to do?
Amazing.
They're going to sell it for $70 for
Yeah.
release date. They're going to sell a either $80 to $90 or maybe even $100 version of it where you get 5-day early access.
Yep.
And you know what the other thing is, too, is they're probably... I would not be shocked. What is the current ETA on the release date so far?
November 10th?
I
Was
think.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
something
saying.
like that.
Like, you really don't think, they'll do it full price
November 19th.
and then have it like a Okay, so that's 2 before Black Friday. Or you know what, they could do it like in December, like have like flash sales. Like
No, you
everyone's gonna buy. If everyone and their
Assuming it
mother's
doesn't
gonna
get
buy
delayed again.
What's going
Yeah.
to happen is that some bitch is going to get paired with PlayStation consoles.
Oh no, without a doubt. Like
Mm.
it would
That
be
some bitch is
stupid.
gonna
I can
make
see
those
that.
systems fly. I wouldn't
Yeah,
doubt that if GTA 6 is what makes it cross over 100 million consoles sold.
It probably will. Like it would.
probably
I'd be
would, yeah.
shocked if it
Even
wouldn't,
with the
because if
price
nothing
increases.
else has like kind of moved the needle, GTA absolutely is
Yeah.
going to, because
There's
that
people
basically was because the PS5 was basically made for GTA 6 to exist.
Personally, though, how are we all feeling about this game? Because are you gonna buy it day one and play it?
I'm not gonna buy it day one, but I'm gonna buy it.
Hmm.
I think
I have
it looks
little
great.
interest in it, to be honest.
I'm going to see what happens because Rockstar knows how to make good games. They do.
True.
They just do. So
That's
I'm
fair.
going to wait to see how people feel on that campaign. Like, if this was Red Dead Redemption 3, I'd be buying it day one.
Yeah, understandable.
That's just how I am. But yeah, I'm gonna wait and see because it's gonna be one of those things where I want to see what they all do, this and that. I like that they're selling a GTA with like a female lead. That to me is
I think that's
insane.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, which
But you know what's going to be even more fun, Brock, is how many people are salty little bitches about it.
already are.
Oh,
Oh, but
Because,
no.
what they won't care here because they can dress her up and see her in all the hottie clothes that they want to.
They'll still be mad. I'm telling you, you're going to see so many think pieces. You're just going to want to put bleach in your eyes and like chuck your phone into the Atlantic Ocean.
You think I haven't done that already? Wait till I tell you about this Saros whole shit that's going on.
Oh,
the
boy,
Saros thing.
I'm
Yeah, that's
oozing with anticipation.
Oh, it's great. People don't know what the word cuck means, and I can't wait to explain it. Anyway,
God, Jesus
Mike,
Christ.
the Academy has banned AI from winning an Oscar. Any roles demonstrably performed by humans with their consent can be nominated for acting roles. Screenplays must be human authored to qualify for a nomination. Actors can only be nominated twice in the same Actors can now be nominated twice in the same category for separate films. Buy or sell?
Super buy.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the biggest fuck AI stances I've seen like a major institution
I'm
take.
actually kind of pleasantly surprised that the Academy, like this early on, has just made a very hardline stance, because usually they're the last of the party. So I'm actually like really pleasantly surprised.
That's because the Academy has expanded like a great deal over the past even 5 years, and
Mhm.
I think the younger the members get, the more progressive some of their stances will be, including, AI has no place in the academy.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Jacob, I forgot to add that to our doc, but that is a great one.
The Boris Prada 2 had a human artist make art that looked AI. Nice. Bree, buy or sell that Warner Brothers, Amazon, MGM, Sony, Universal, and Netflix have submitted bids to acquire the Battlefield movie directed by Christopher McQuarrie with Michael B. Jordan potentially starring.
I mean, I'm not shocked that there's a bidding war, but
Or the movie.
yeah,
It's
sure.
the same thing as Call of Duty. How does it make it a Battlefield movie? This is the same problem I'm going to bring up with Resident Evil.
Because
how does it make it only a Battlefield movie?
Because it's going to sell because if it is correct that Michael B. Jordan starring, and it's more of a
That
Michael B.
will sell
Jordan
it.
vehicle
That will sell
than
it.
like a Battlefield adaptation. I mean, I think that's probably how they're looking at it, but sure, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask though, how does this movie eventually tie into Battlefield Earth?
Well, you were learning how to spell your name.
That's the Scientology one, right? Battlefield
Yes.
Earth? Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought. I couldn't remember.
I think you're confusing it with Battle LA.
Oh, okay.
Battle LA, yeah. That was the one.
It's just the John Travolta one. Is that the one I'm thinking? That's the one I'm trying to think of.
That was Battlefield Earth.
That's Battlefield Earth. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
that was the one with the freaking weird tubes and shit coming out of his head.
Mhm.
God, it's so weird. All right, Kiona.
Yeah.
Buy or sell that Capcom may make a sequel to Pragmata. I fucking hope so. Top executive at Capcom USA recently said the company now has another game that they can build into a long-running series. He explained, "We're at a point now. We've got another IP that Capcom, and God bless them, has an arsenal that can continue to go down."
I buy this, hugely buy this. Yes, I would say that it's definitely worth making it into another IP, another franchise. Hopefully they do. I'd be excited for that.
Yeah, Pragmata has reportedly sold just shy of 2.5 million copies already. A brand new IP that was delayed for 4 years and thought wasn't going to come out.
Crazy.
First time director of that game too, by the way.
Oh,
I
nice.
know. Yeah, apparently he worked on a whole bunch of stuff in the past.
Yeah, worked
I'm
on
forgetting exactly
Metal
what.
Gear Rising, and
Was it Metal Gear Rising? That's what I'm thinking of.
he was a weapon design. I don't remember what his jobs were, but he worked on Metal Gear Rising and Nier Automata, which is a fucking resume to have.
Yup.
Alrighty,
why it's no
kids.
good.
We're gonna have the Pee Wee Herman word of the day. Cuck!
Oh God.
Brock, you missed an opportunity to not do it in the voice. Like, I'm ashamed of you.
I know. I don't. How the hell do you do it? Oh, cuck! I don't even know if I can do that. All right, so. God damn it, this fucking story. Okay,
Yeah.
stuff has gotten so bad now, and this is specifically with Xbox gamers because it was a fucking 2-bit chud bucket of a human being Xbox gamer, where they're mad that their games aren't selling, that they're making up fake stories about PlayStation games based on an ending they asked ChatGPT about.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
And
I'm not kidding.
Here's the crazy thing.
I don't even.
I thought the Pit fans were the worst fans of the week. Oh, did we put that in the doc?
I think
have
I
no
forgot to
idea.
put that in there.
All right, well, put it in there, my dude, because we're going to talk about that later.
Hold on, I need to find it.
I only vaguely know about that, but yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's going on?
anyway, we have. Oh man, now I'm not gonna be able to find the freaking photo. But anyway, so there's
Oh, did the photo get sent to the Shadow Realm?
the whole entire freaking document from the look of it. But no, there was this fake photo of Raul Coley's character on his knees crying, and then two women consoling themselves in their arms in dismay looking at him. Showing it as a screenshot from Pragmata. The fucking AI app that he used, its logo was in the fucking corner and people were believing this.
Oh god.
Oh god, what the fuck?
Yeah. But anyway, that gets shopped around.
Gemini?
It was Gemini. It was Gemini.
What's Gemini?
It was Gemini. The fucking logo's in the corner. So this gets shopped around that the origin of all this is, here we go. Maybe it is on here. So we get this lovely, lovely image. They're only going to show part of it because, this is the one that we need. So this image gets put up as soon as it's going to load. Come on. Stop freezing on me. Stop it. Stop it. You know you want to.
There we go.
Do it and you'll like it. So that comes up. Of two characters, that
even looks like AI art. That does not look real at all.
Screenshot.
That looks like mud. What the hell?
Yeah, then you're missing in the corner with Raj's character, Raul's character crying, pleading. And that got posted online with the guy's synopsis for the ending, telling people they don't want to play this cuck simulator. Hey,
what?
For everyone who needs to know the word of the day,
but that's not what that means.
That's not what that. No.
Let me get there. So, for those of you that don't know and want to learn the magic word of the day, cuck is when someone likes to sit and watch their wife be had sex with by a different human being.
Okay.
I never thought on this fucking podcast I would have to, for educational purposes, teach someone what cuck means. But here we are in the great world of America and the level of depravity that Xbox fanboys have to go to try and rip on a game just to try and make PlayStation sales be bad. But hey, guess what? It's already sold 4 times as much as Returnal has in this time period, so go fuck yourselves. Anyway, and then they go out and say that the entire point of this game... Whoa, I gotta see if I can get the exact wording here. Where is it? In the days following its release, Saros players are reaching the conclusion that PS5 exclusive, and not everyone is pleased with how it pans out. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their opinion of the game and how a story it tells, but sadly, there are some individuals spreading a fabricated image and inaccurate plot details, seemingly attempting to drag the game down. An assorted of nonsense that can only be countered by facts, and having completed the game, we're in a position to set the record straight. So in that image, namely, there is Nitya and Kayla shown holding hands with each other, but these characters never meet or otherwise interact whatsoever in the game at all.
Wow.
They just picked 2 women and made them be lesbians. Because,
So somehow this is also queer baiting now, too.
No, somehow the My Hero fans got a hold of this and thought, women and women, they love each other. Hetero bad. Anyway, so the origin of this, in a now deleted post from Saros, says, a storyline involving a cucked man being betrayed and left by his wife for a lesbian woman.
What?
Yes, he said, and then quote-unquote called it a cuck simulator. No, cuck has just become a word that everyone just is another one of those words they just use to describe whatever they feel they don't like. It's in the same category as woke.
Yeah,
but Kiona, I have to ask. How much do you care? How much do you care about me spoiling one of the endings of Saros?
Not at all.
Okay, so did you beat Returnal?
I never beat it, no, but I really enjoyed the time that I spent with it.
Okay, so this has a similar I want to say.
I know the structure. Yeah.
It has a similar, I'm just trying to think of the term I'm trying to use, plot hook idea where something is on the planet that is making it so you're not allowed to leave and you keep reviving. It had a different thing with Celine, and it's got a different thing with Argent, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Argent, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've not played it yet because I'm filtering through some backlog before I get it, and I want to play it after I get back from this con.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But, so, in Argent, there's this thing where this machine he gets to keep going into to, like, revisit memories with this woman that he truly loved. And, like, there's this thing at the end that you're trying to defeat the very last boss, and he has this pendant on the entire time, this like symbol of their relationship. And then you keep going through this, and at the end, like, it's this driving force of these impure things that you've done in your life that empowers this final boss and this thing that runs this planet that won't let you leave, and it's what's tying you there. And in the end, you can, if you get the bad ending, and I don't remember the exact signifier that does whatever, but there's a bad and a good ending. And in the bad ending, you wake up next to your girl, and she asks you to take over for this Yellow King, this horrific creature that's at the end, and you become the new thing. It's kind of like the ending of Bloodborne in a way. But in the second ending, through these details and all this stuff, finding out that Arjun was not a great guy to his significant other. That he cheated on her. I don't remember how many times. It was more than, I believe it was just once. And that's why they are split apart. They are separated. They are not a couple. So the word cuck does not apply.
True.
Because they're separated. And then you find out that, like, someone was going to tell the girl, and this is all past before this game happens, that someone was going to tell her that this happened, and he went into a rage state and killed this soldier that was going to tell his wife. So that was, like, horrible thing he did on top of that, and then they separated, and then you find out through this secondary ending that eventually that you remember now, because your memory's fading, that your girl moved on and found love with someone else, and it happened to have been a woman.
All right.
And then you go through all this, and you've been clutching onto this pendant thing that is your memory and symbolism of your past relationship. And then eventually, as you're on the final boss there and you kill it, you let this thing go and you drop it when you realize we're not good for each other, and that was not a good situation. I fucked up, and I don't deserve to get this back because I did some bad shit. And then you beat the game, and then since you kind of came to terms with the horrible shit you did and you accept it finally, you are freed from this planet's hold on you. That's what was holding you down. And then it ends.
I like the metaphor.
Then it ends with red and blue lights blinking on the sides, alluding that a police car is like coming to arrest him. That turned into everyone don't play the game because you get cucked by a lesbian from your wife.
Which, by the way, the wife could have been bisexual too. Like, you're just making an assumption there.
Either way, that is not a factor that goes into here whatsoever.
But anyway, that's the opposite. So basically, this character actually becomes a man and matures. That's literally like the opposite.
No. You don't understand it. All of that means he was emasculated.
No, it means he grew a pair.
No, that emasculated him. Trust me, the internet told me so.
Oh yeah,
and the internet is never
How
wrong.
stupid of me. I'm a silly woman.
So this is now getting spread around, knowing full well the ending of the game is on YouTube. You can just click it and watch it. But more people will go, well, I'm not gonna fucking play some cuck. Like, what happened to all you motherfuckers didn't care about the story, you just wanted to play a game? Now you're not gonna play the game that has good gameplay because you don't like the story?
And also, that sounds pretty much like a really good character arc to me. That just sounds like, you know what? He finally takes responsibility for the wrongs that he did and the mistakes that he made, and actually that's a good lesson to learn.
It does. And you know what's great about that? And it's going to come back to another game that's one of the most famous games in history. So then someone goes, because there's this guy, Nicola, that I follow on there, who's really good at just fucking smoking people flat when they're talking stupid shit because he just answers the common sense and he's not a fucking chud. So you get this guy who goes on there and someone comments and shows this. Spoiler alert for a game that got remade recently, but is like originally came out on the fucking PS1. Which, Kiona, you might be able to pick up what I'm putting down here when I talk about the plot structure of what... So, someone puts this on there saying they wouldn't play the game if they knew this was going to happen, and you should be telling people that's what the end is, otherwise it ruins it. It's like, nowhere on this box does it say you play as an alcoholic murderer who mistreats his wife. And then again, it's like, it can't be a good game because you're surprised by that ending. It ruins it. That means it's a bad game. So then my buddy Nicola goes, nowhere on the box does it tell you play as a resentful murderer who kills a sick wife because she becomes an inconvenience to his life. The plot for Silent Hill 2, one of the most widely regarded best story told games in the fucking history of the medium. If you would have told people that from the start, the shock doesn't come at the end.
Yeah. You know what, and also what was a tip-off that this was not going to be a happy character or a happy experience was Rahul's performance. You can see it in the trailers.
Yeah.
That there's something that's up with this guy. And I think they even allude to it in some of the trailers where you can just tell from his performance that this guy has a temper and that there's something more that's going on here with this character and that he's not exactly
not visit that machine all the time.
Right. There's something, there's something up with that. And I think that's a credit to not only to Housemarque, who's a great studio and deserves more credit than they get all the time.
You are correct.
And also Rahul Kohli, who is a fantastic actor and who did a great job in all the roles that I've seen him in. And also, like, in this case, just from a trailer, I picked that up. So it's like you can tell that there's something going on beneath the surface here and that there's more to it. And if you played Returnal, there's definitely, playing Returnal will definitely tip you off that there's more to it than what you see on the surface. So,
absolutely.
That just sounds like a great game to me. That just sounds great.
It does.
That sounds like something I would be very much interested in.
Lesson for all you kids, if your wife leaves you and finds someone else, you're a cuck. And if you take accountability for your actions, you're demasculating yourself. Lessons of the day.
Oh, obviously.
So you're aware.
Obviously.
This episode was brought to you by the letters F and U.
And also sarcasm.
If those of you can't tell, I really hate dumb fucks on the internet. If you don't like something else, maybe figure out a way to have your team do better than to literally have to pass around AI images to try and ruin other games because you're a fuckwit. Like, for the love of God, it's not our fault that your entire team went out of their way to ruin its reputation for decades.
With the logo in the corner.
Yeah, with the fucking Gemini logo in the corner.
Oh my God.
All right, so, the other stupid is a stupid does?
Okay, so Kiona, you actually might know who this actress is, but just for context, she's originally like a stage actress. She was in that Picard sequel, but she plays Dr. Santos on The Pit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on.
As soon as you see her, you'll absolutely recognize her.
I think I know who you're talking about here.
Okay, but I'll give a little bit of my history. So, people being stupid going to the theater is nothing new. I will tell 2 short stories. And these are like... The first one, I almost got into a fight with a dude over. So, this was about, well over a decade ago. I saw a play with Bryan Cranston. This is just after he finished Breaking Bad, called All the Way. It's a play about LBJ, and it was like the last performance. It's like the start of Act 2, and this guy's on his phone, and I was ready to go Patty Lupone on his ass, like, if he didn't put that goddamn phone away. And then the other time, this was also, I think this might have been the same summer, because I used to go to the theater a lot in New York City. Like, there's like 2 summers where I saw like 8 shows, each summer, like on and off Broadway. But the other show this was before everyone found out he was a major creepo, but James Franco was in a production of Mice and Men with Chris O'Donnell. And look, with theater etiquette, like, I don't think you should, like, necessarily have to be like you're in the opera, but at least, don't look scuzzy. There was this one girl, she had cut off jean shorts, like, ripped the shit out, and then also had a very, like, not safe for work shirt on in reference to James Franco. So, needless to say, people being fucking weird on Broadway is nothing new. But what's new now is that the Tumblr containment field has breached. The cringe is in the atmosphere.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and that inspired a post that this actress had to make on her Instagram story where she says, "Hey, hey, hey, once again, Broadway is not a circus. Do not yell whatever you want at the performers. Yelling, 'When are you going to finish your charts before I sing Who's Sorry Now?' is so fucking disrespectful to the performers on stage and your fellow audience members. Y'all are pissing me off. Love and light, and please remember you are occupying shared spaces and watching art."
But I had to correct because you said COVID ruined people's brains. I'm like, no, this was going on before COVID. But I'm sorry, I wouldn't even do that if it was a panel at a convention. That is fucking cringe. It's like, say the line, Bart, and I'm like, especially if how expensive theater is now. It's like some of these tickets are like start at like $150.
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna, ask them, audibly, because obviously they were close enough that she could hear them.
Yeah.
To do lines from the show. Like, are you for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, that she's absolutely right. That is so disrespectful. Like, for real. Come on, man. What the fuck? Like, you guys pay all that money for all those tickets and stuff, and then you get there and all you do is that's basically heckling the performer. That's ridiculous. That is so disrespectful. Yeah.
But
I would have them thrown out. I would have just literally had them thrown out.
That's hard. That's harder to do than
fuck you.
Than
Get
you can imagine. Like, no, I wish they could. I wish people would actually, because I don't blame this on the ushers, but I wish the policy would be more upheld or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing: even before she was on the pit, like she's primarily like a theater actress. Like, I didn't see her when I saw Hadestown, but she was like Persephone in like Hadestown. Like, she's mostly from like a musical theater background.
Awesome.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Nice.
I have not seen The Pit.
It's so good.
Yet, but I know that it's good. Yeah, from what I hear, it's very, very good, and I really need to sit down and watch it. But
I need to get on it too.
Well, I have to still watch it from the beginning because I've watched like bits and pieces like out of order just because my life's been crazy. But it really is the spiritual success of the ER because I loved.
That's what I heard.
That was my childhood. Like, one of my favorite shows growing up was ER.
As my old high school teacher, one of my high school teachers once said, "You guys ever seen that show, Anyway.
Oh God. Oh, and here's the funny thing. This kind of ties it all together. So, because I watched ER, and I remember, well, I think there's several episodes, but I think this might have been during like the Dr. Green run. Like the first 8 seasons that there was like a patient with AIDS. So, and I had this conversation with my moms. I knew what HIV and AIDS were. So, flash forward a few years later, I think this is like my 6th or 7th grade, like winter recital. And for whatever reason, they had Seasons of Love from Rent as like a Christmas pageant song. So this poor kid thought it was a New Year's song. And I was like, no, it's about people dying from AIDS. And then I made this kid cry.
God. Good Lord. Yeah, so in summary, don't be a fucking idiot on Broadway. Just don't do it. All right. So I added a new category to our podcast and I don't know how often we're going to be able to use it because society. But it's just called A Genuinely Good Thing.
Oh.
So I'm going to read this because this print is tiny. My baby girl, Mackenzie Aaron, passed away at the age of 8 in January of 2009. She's forever 8. This is her picture above. I'm a 55-year-old gamer. Thanks to my daughter, Ella, now 9. She talked me into Fortnite in February of 2024. It's been 30 years since I gamed in high school and college. From Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, RDR2, and others, gaming helped me through a lot of my life, getting lost and away from reality, even just for a little while. I've been seeing this game come across my feed since it was announced, and I haven't seen the negative comments about it until now because I don't spend a lot of time reading things on social media. Thank God. Maybe 20 minutes in a day to scroll through and react to top news on my feed. I really don't give 2 sheets about the negative people think about it. When I watched some videos of Pragmata, Ella said, "Daddy, she reminds me of pictures of Mackenzie." I wonder if Diana is like Mackenzie. So I purchased the game, the whole bundle, and I started playing it. Diana is very much like both my daughters. When I got a little teary-eyed, maybe, absolutely this game. Fucking start crying. Absolutely love the game. The time Ella spent with me, Pragmata, is therapeutic for my soul.
Oh.
But
Fucking
God, she really
told you
does.
people I was gonna start crying.
But God, she really does kind of look like her.
She really does look like
She
Diana
does.
It's
a lot,
it's a spitting image, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of freaking insane. But all right. So so
Doggo.
like I said, we're into gaming stuff now, but I did beat
Yes.
Pragmata, and I beat it not everything on it. I beat the first playthrough, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I need to give that game a break before I play it again. Cause
Understandable.
so I know I've said this before. I've said it earlier in this very own podcast, but I am a person who, and the time is closing off on it, so I still want to do it at some point in my life. Really badly wants to be a dad, and have always wanted to have a daughter. And I always thought when like the trailers for this came up and all that, I'm like, cool, it's the robot kid and all that. And then you've got the storyline with Hugh, and he's like, yeah, I'm really not there for kids or whatever. And I just thought it's going to be okay. They're going to become like good friends, whatever. They're not going to go too far into that. And then there's multiple moments in this game where, Kiona, how much do you care about me spoiling this?
Not at all. Not at all. You speak as much as you want. It doesn't matter to me. It's the journey to get there that matters.
Okay. So you get into this space station, and with like three other guys, that it makes it so fucking obvious that they're gonna die because they're not in any of the fucking trailers. But and they die within like the first 10 minutes, and you get Diana within the first like 10 minutes.
Yes.
So then it's a basic bitch story. I will be very honest with you about that. But there's a lot of moments where, like, through speaking about your experiences on Earth, and then speaking about showing her things through REMs, through real Earth memories, you can teach her things and other stuff, and she starts interacting with you, and like you teach her what a high five is and other things, and it really gets going there. And the amount of time that you spend with Diana and telling her how certain things work, and the bonding and other things as you're just going through regularly, and like she's learning about all this stuff, and she knows the space station, and that's it. And she was locked away and has no memories of what happened beforehand. And then you find out some details going on, and you get this moment where I'm going to show a scene from it, because it's gonna help bring the point of why this game fucking destroyed me. But this is after you've bonded with her for a while, and you give her name Diana, and you start getting along pretty well. And like the Hugh not liking kids or not caring for kids, he never said he hated kids, it just wasn't his thing. And then he starts warming up to Diana quite a bit over a lot of stuff, and then
totally.
Is that the sea? You've been to the sea before? On Earth?
Of course I have. Got a house with a view and everything.
A house?
We'd head down to the water anytime we felt like taking a break from it all. Ocean breeze does a number on the pain, but still.
The breeze in the paint?
It'll make sense when you see it. You know, back on Earth. just gonna stay here when this is all done? What do you want?
I want to go to Earth with you. Can I really go? Then I can go see your house and the ocean and real trees.
You bet.
Okay, but we gotta help 8 first, right? And then we can all go to Earth together.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay, so I watch that scene and I go, you cocksuckers are gonna kill me, and I don't know how you're gonna do it yet. And then the 8 they're referring to is another Pragmata that is like Diana. What has happened is Edis has taken over this entire area and
moon base,
the moon base, and you're trying to reset or shut down Edis because 8 is trapped, and you feel that Edis has gone haywire, and it's trying to get that, and you think Edis is the bad person. Clearly,
it's basically the station AI, the space station AI, and it essentially goes, it goes nuts.
Yeah. So
it goes
then
HAL 9000.
Yeah. So through all this, he gives you a code and a partial memory to try and get you to go on further. And then throughout all this, you have more bonding moments and this other stuff, and they get closer and closer. And then you get to back to 8, and something goes wrong when you shut Edis down. Like,
oh boy,
all this dead filament stuff goes. And what the station you find out was where this Dr. Higgins was stationed to try and figure out a way to solve something with his daughter. And they have a thing called Luna filament, which is like 3D print stuff that they figure out that maybe can use a way to figure out and cure his daughter. And while he's been away,
incredible material,
while he's been gone, his wife passed away while he was on the moon working on this cure for his daughter. And then you find out that Diana is based off his daughter. They built her as a way to try and figure out, as like a test subject to try and like maneuver this, but Diana her body was made to naturally not filter out the filament, so it didn't work with her, so they threw her in storage. Pretty much told her she was useless and threw her in storage, and then her memory was deleted.
Oh shit.
And then they make this other one called 8, which is the second version that was easier and better to work with this experiment. And it worked fine. And he found a generalized cure, and they sent it down to Earth. They're like, cool, we're going to find a test subject to try this on that has the exact DNA as your daughter, Daisy. And then this test subject that they said they tried it on died. And then you find out that that test subject was his daughter.
Oh.
Ooh.
So now while he's on the moon, he has lost his wife and his child.
Yeah.
So then they have normal Luna filament, which they use for the 3D print and all this other stuff. And then there is basically like a byproduct or a bad discharge version of Luna filament called dead filament. That it can corrupt machines and anything that it touches. But if it comes into contact with a human, it will infect the entire body and cause them to go into damn near instant cardiac arrest. So you get to where 8 is, and you see that after they shut down Edis, that this protocol happened to continue shipping the dead filament to the docking bay. You're like, why the fuck are they sending it to a docking bay? Why would they want that to leave? Then you go and you find 8, and then it shows that 8 is doing something for the doctor, and you can't figure out what it is. And he feels he's so sorry that Hugh corrupted Diana to not feel the same way it did, and it launches a spike of dead filament at Hugh, and it hits him, and then launches another at Diana and blows an arm and a leg off of her.
Oh shit.
And you go through a hell of a thing to get Diana cured, but Diana does not know that dead filament got in your suit, and you're infected with it. So you're going through all of this to try and reason with 8 and all this other stuff, and to just get off the station. Hugh knows he's on borrowed time. And then you go through this entire thing where she feels like she's useless and got thrown away, and then, like, Hugh talks major sense to her about, like, your world is what you make it, you're as important as what you say you are, and I'm getting you through this. I made you a promise to get you to Earth to see the ocean, didn't I? He's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, then that's what we're doing. That's what you want. That's what I am doing. I made you a promise. And they go through this just freaking arduous task of getting all this done, and then you can tell it was made by a company that knows Resident Evil. Like, they kill 8 because it just would not listen to them, calls her a machine, does all that, and at the end, before he takes her down, he says, I'm not a machine, I am Diana, and hits the final shot on him. And then you're going to leave up this tram, and then it turns into a big giant gelatinous glob of this dead filament shit, and you go through a very Platinum-esque freaking gunner, like, arcade shooter going up the tower, and Diana does this ultimate attack that just incinerates this thing after she speaks in binary at it, and it almost makes her drift off, and then Hugh tracks her down and gets her, but in the process, you find out that this thing blew apart the ship that Hugh arrived in. So then while you're there, you're getting up there, and Diana has no idea, again, that you're all this, because you can see it on Hugh's face, but he normally, when he talks to her, he normally has his shield up, but he's kept his shield down. So now he's kept the shield down the entire time, and they're talking and working through all of this. And I'm just gonna... Oh, God. So you go through this whole thing of getting Diana to the top, and you're like, we don't know what we're gonna do. And he's like, and she's like, you're gonna be on my shoulders the whole time? Eventually you're gonna have to learn to walk on your own. And then she does, and she's like, see, I can walk fine. And then she's just like, eventually be back by me. She's like, no, I can do this on my own. And then, like, as they're going through, Hugh is, like, barely able to breathe because it's really starting to kick in. And they're walking down this thing, and then Diana screams, I see a cargo ship! And she gets all happy, and, like, they're skipping along, and Diana, again, knows nothing's wrong. And he, like, barely able to breathe, just says, Diana? She goes, what? Thanks. She just says thank you, because he has no idea that, like, he's telling her, you just got to show me what the experience of having a daughter was like. And he's not going to fucking make it. So, you're going through all this, and I'm not even going to try and describe it, because I wouldn't do a good job. So, I'm just going to show you why I literally cried for a fucking half an hour.
Is this how we're going to Earth?
A cargo shuttle. It is what it is. Tight fit, but that'll do.
What about you?
Explosions messed everything up. Full automation's not an option. Gotta push it to the end of the rail. Hang tight.
Hugh? Is everything all right?
Yeah. It's a heavy bugger.
I want to help.
Stay put. It's too risky.
Let me hack it.
No need. Just gotta give it a bit of the old elbow grease. Time to bring it in.
You?
Bad news. This is where we say goodbye. Sorry, Squirt.
No! I want to stay with you!
It's okay. Gonna be okay. Go find this thing.
No! Wait!
Have a safe journey, kiddo.
Do you remember the reason that we walked along?
You only need a small dab
Oh,
to reduce the
I
appearance of
getcha.
puffiness and dark circles.
I get you.
exactly what I
just
needed.
wait. It wasn't just
Give it-
that.
Get rid of the dark circles from crying.
The goddess blesses us with.
Just there's a touch more.
There's a stinger. Okay.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I then proceeded to literally fucking die for about an hour and a half straight. And this was me, I shit you not, 45 minutes after the stream when I had started to calm
Oh
down.
my god!
Oh. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like you
Understand.
get to show this girl, you get to have pretend water gun fights with her, you get to have a fake fire with her, you get to show her how slides work, all this other it fucking killed me. And there is a technical better ending.
Oh,
You could do a thing called the unknown signal, where you do this set of challenges and then you get a mod that is called a black box mod that is supposed to nullify, slow, or stop the spread of dead filament in a human. And if you beat the game again, which, oh boy, it's going to take me a minute before I go through every scene that's in that, because I showed you a fucking 20th of the adorableness that child pulls off in this video game. Where it then cuts back to this place called the shelter. It's just black, but you can tell you're walking back into the shelter where you do all your fun stuff with Diana and level up. And there's this there's a computer called Cabin, where he walks in and goes, "Oh, hello, I see you're traveling by yourself today." And then it cuts to black, showing that she was alive somehow and inside the station. But
maybe that's the canonical ending?
I don't know, but
because how else do they continue this as a franchise?
I don't know.
I mean, it leaves them in an interesting position.
It does, but they were thinking other Pragmatas, whatever, but there's only those two that I know exist. But either way, if that, I can't think of what her name is off the top of my head, but if she does not get nominated for voice acting, I'm literally going to scream.
Oh yeah, especially that, and then like the bullshit that she had to deal with.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've had 2 really fantastic performances, for sure.
I'm telling you right now, and I mean this wholeheartedly, for companion, period, and child actor and child like characters, Diana is my bar now. If you cannot make them at least that good, don't try. Just don't. Cause holy fuck, are you gonna be judged now? But anyway, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I get
Good God.
No,
All right.
I understand.
Okay, hey, so Kiona.
Yes, sir.
Remember when we thought, hey, maybe there might be a little bit of AI getting put into Xbox now that Asha's there. Maybe there might be a little bit. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma overhauls Xbox leadership with new executive team makeup. Jared Palmer, former Core AI VP at Product, now joins as VP of Engineering. Tim Allen, former Core AI VP of Design, joins as Lead Design. Jonathan McKay, former Core AI Head of Growth, joins as Xbox Growth Data Platform and Analytics. Evan Shockey, former Core AI General Manager, joins as Simplify Development and Improving How Xbox Operates.
Now, okay.
There's 2 ways to look at that.
There's 2 ways to look at this. Because she was basically the VP of their whole like co-pilot AI, Core AI, basically, right? So we could look at this as her bringing in people that are familiar to her, maybe some of her people that she worked with before in the past, and this is like kind of standard operating procedure where you bring in people that are people that you are familiar with to make up the rest of the executive team. So perhaps it has a little bit to do with that, and maybe these guys, or these people who are working in that side of the business actually have backgrounds in other areas as well, and maybe she thinks that they can fit well. That is what I'd be saying if I want to give this the benefit of the doubt. Now, all that having been said,
what's the other way?
What's the other way to look at this? We're fucking screwed.
Yep.
That screams we're going third party and using AI to get rid of all your jobs, baby.
Screams that the long-term plan, the long-term focus of this whole entire shift is going towards AI, is what that screams.
Full on Philip's head.
Oh yeah. Gotta love it.
I don't know. But it certainly Listen, Asha's made some really good moves. I'm not gonna lie. Like she has bucked the trend and the expectations. She has upended the expectations in some ways. In some ways.
She has, but I will be honest. The good thing she's done has been some of the most common sense they should have done that a long time ago. Horseshit ever.
Time ago. And I think that she's a more intelligent person than we all give her credit for, and I think that she knows that she absolutely had to turn around the whole like idea that we all had in our minds that this is going to be a disaster for Xbox, and so that's what she did. But
I don't doubt that she's not a smart person, and I don't doubt that she's not a business savvy from that
business
standpoint going.
Yeah, strategically smart is what I'm saying.
Yeah, drop the price point, make the one game people are going to buy, don't put it on there. It's her decisions past the two most obvious 2 + 2 = 4 decisions now.
Exactly.
That are going to matter.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that I think we're heading towards now. This is it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good.
Bueno.
It sounds like in the short term the plan was to turn around public opinion and to kind of get everybody on their side and to kind of be like, okay, we're not going to do things the way that we've been doing it, because obviously that hasn't been working. Obviously. It's so obvious that those of us without business degrees can see that. But it's like it now that it has turned around somewhat and the vast opinion has sort of changed a little bit, and now we're going to actually put forth the process and the plan that we already had in mind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll see how that goes. All right. Resident Evil's Koshi Nakanishi stated that it's not necessarily necessary to replace the protagonists with younger characters. I think Leon is very attractive just as he is. Who knows? Maybe he'll return when he's 70 years old, still be a great character. That screams we don't like showing middle-aged women.
Nah.
Damn.
A problem
Will
that
he
has
still
been a
be doing
Capcom
Roundhouse
problem
Kicks?
for a while. He'll be doing it with a walker.
Awesome. I want to play as that.
Actually,
I want to play as an old man Leon.
I might see that. Just, to scope a kill, like, poof.
It's like one of those
You
things
zombies, get off my lawn.
where
the little tennis balls at the bottom of the walker.
Oh my god.
It's just
I
like,
still want that to happen.
It's just
Jesus Christ.
us men will still find Jill, Ada, Claire, and them attractive. You have an out with Jill. She literally can't age because of the viruses that got in her. You can make that bitch be a beautiful till she's 200.
Yeah, I mean, she's just going to be a different brand of mommy.
God.
She's going to be the Lady Dimitrescu brand of mommy.
Yeah, God.
I hate it so much.
So do I. You know what I also hate? Wall Street Journal says GameStop is offering to buy eBay for $56 billion, $125 a share.
First of all, how?
CEO,
how?
GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen says eBay should be worth and will be worth a lot more money. I'm thinking about turning eBay into something worth hundreds of billions of dollars because you've done so well with GameStop.
Well with GameStop. In stereo, we're available. I think that like so did you guys see this? Did you see this the interview that he did with CNBC? He was on like one of their shows, Squawk Box or something, and he was like the clip is going around where it's like so they ask him, where are you going to get the rest of the money? And he says, I'm confused by your question. You should look on our website. It's all there on the website. And then they go like, yes, but okay, so we see what you're doing with the money and the stocks, but like, where are you going to get the rest of the money? And he goes, you should look on our website. I don't understand the question.
Yeah. Cohen commented later from has a commitment letter from TD Bank to provide around $20 billion in debt financing to help make the deal possible. And I saw someone comment on Twitter saying, someone's like, how do they have enough money to buy this? And then someone said, in the same way that Paramount has $120 billion to buy.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
dang.
They actually don't.
So, do you remember when they bought ThinkGeek?
Oh God, that's right.
Jesus Christ.
Do you remember that?
I forgot about that.
They bought ThinkGeek, and what happened to that? That thing just went. It's gone now.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
that was.
I don't
great.
know, man.
Hey, remember when Reggie Fils-Aimé joined the board of directors at GameStop, thinking that was going to help?
Nope.
Speaking of Reggie, Reggie says Amazon executive asked for something illegal of Nintendo, so they stopped working together for a time. At the time, just in the Americas, I was selling 10 million DSs a year. We're driving a lot of revenue. We had a lot of scale, and at the time, Amazon was looking to get bigger into the video game space. Amazon's mentality back then was they wanted to have the lowest price out of the marketplace, even lower than Walmart. One of their executives calls me, calls me. Well, it was a conversation that got to me after it progressed through all of the levels of my sales organization, and essentially what Amazon wanted is an obscene amount of support, financial support, so they could have the lowest price and beat Walmart. I literally said to an executive, "You know that's illegal, right? I can't do that." And you get silence on the other end, but this is what I want. Literally, we stopped selling to Amazon. It was because I wasn't going to do something illegal. I wasn't going to go and do something that would put at risk the relationship we have with other retailers, but also set the stage to say, look, we're not going to push me around. This is the way we do business, and that's how over time we build respect.
Dang.
Yeah.
My body is Reggie.
My body's...
that was a meme from the longest time ago. Instead of saying my body is ready, my body is Reggie. All right. So, hey guys, remember when I was crying earlier?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get there, let's just cover the box office really quick.
Okay.
Okay, so to absolutely nobody's surprise, the number one movie of this past weekend was The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yep.
Coming in at $76,747,075. The Michael Jackson movie held pretty well, a 44% drop from last week, making $54 million. And the Super Mario Galaxy movie is just printing money for Universal and Illumination, dropping a measly 41% and coming in at number 3 with a $12 million. Project Hail Mary is still doing strong, 33% drop from the week before, coming in at number 4 at $8 million. And a couple other new releases. At number 5 is the horror film Hokum, which debuted to $6 million. Animal Farm couldn't even crack the top 5.
Oh god.
Oh god, that thing.
It made a measly $3 million and coming in at number 6.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
Despite all the glowing reviews
Shocked and odd, yes.
on spoiledapples.com.
What?
What?
Oh, Angel Studios was doing some stupid viral marketing, and they're like,
Spoiled
look,
apples.
they were pretty much making up fake reviews to convince people to go see this.
Hell.
Oh god.
I hate that. Is just
That's
Spoiled apples.
good.
Yeah,
Lord.
it's bad.
You don't say.
The rest of the top 10
It's gonna
is
become an actual website.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy coming in at number 7 with $2 million.
Has anybody seen that? Have any of you guys?
I did.
No.
I liked it, but
Mm.
it was not quite what I was expecting.
Okay.
Give us Brendan Fraser. Like, stop cock teasing us. Like, this is what the people want.
Next year. We're getting it next year.
Yeah.
At number 8 is Rennie Harden's new movie, Deep Water. That made $2 million. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movie, Tears of the Azure Sea, opened at number 9, making $947
anime titles.
Yep.
And that's the movie I saw today. I'm like, okay. That was for sure a movie I watched.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get to it in time, but it's a movie. It exists.
It does.
And
Apparently.
and rounding out the top 10 is The Drama, which dropped 64.7% from the previous week, but still making a little over $900,000. Not too bad.
I think that John Capia was doing like CinemaCon coverage, and I heard him like misspeak the mistitle the movie into That Time I Got Cream Pied After I Was Dead or something.
Oh no.
I can see that.
which I think would be a much better title. But anyway, that's just me.
Oh, no, I know of that one too, Pringle. I have a friend who's a big isekai fan that goes out of his way to let me know all the dumb fucking titles that these light novels get before they go into.
Hey, the vending
anime.
machine one is actually kind of good.
It is, but they could come up with another fucking name.
Oh no, I agree. The
If I have another anime that starts with that time, I'm gonna blow my brains out. God. But no, it is
that
good.
time my significant other got turned into a weapon that I could wield in a dungeon.
You're not far off.
I think the problem is because a lot of these shows are adapted from light novels.
They are.
Like, those titles are not titles. They're plot descriptions.
They are because they don't know how to make titles. They don't. Longest light novel title.
Oh God.
Give me something, Reddit. Here we go. I am a high school boy and a successful light novel author, but I'm being strangled by a female classmate whose voice actress is a voice actress and is younger than me.
Oh Jesus!
While killing slimes for 300 years, I became a max level unknowing to reborn as a vending machine. Now I wander the dungeon. There's just so fucking many.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's fucking, oh my good God. They're just making some of those up now. But, okay. All right. So, for those of you that know, I don't know. I haven't mentioned it before, but Zach Krieger is making a Resident Evil movie.
Oh,
I
boy.
haven't heard of such a thing.
Oh, here we go. Oh, get your popcorn ready.
Oh man, I saw this trailer too, twice in fact.
So I was at
showing
work. I had no idea a trailer was coming out. Didn't have an idea. And then Umbreon, of all people, messages me early in the morning and goes, "The time has come."
Oh no.
And then sends me the trailer link. Like, I need to watch this at home so I can watch this as an honest individual and on a level head. And oh boy, would my opinion have not changed.
No.
So, Mr. Krieger, in his infinite wisdom, did an interview along with this trailer.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, he did.
And Mike, I'm going to allow you to ask your question after I am done with this.
Okay.
So, because I remember that question, and you're might not want to ask it as much because you're gonna know my answer by the time I'm done. He imagines his Resident Evil movie takes place during the events of Resident Evil 2. Exactly during the events of Resident Evil 2. Which, the events of Resident Evil 2 and 3, which take place over the same 3 days, are legitimately the 9/11 of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
The most important set of dates that game series has.
Yes.
Keep that in mind. He says, I feel like these movies take place alongside the events of RE2. I like to think that everything that is going on in the police station could be happening in this world. This is just another dude on a mission on the other side of town. Now, that statement alone pisses me off to a regard of which I cannot even imagine, because that just sounds like, I know all the stuff you actually want to watch is happening over there, but this is my guy that I wrote a fan fiction about, and he's going to be over here, and I'm just making this be Resident Evil because I can say there's a building over there with an important, sexy character roundhouse kicking a zombie in it. Then, this trailer starts, and one of the first images I see is this. Now, Zach Krieger has gone out of his way to say that this takes place during the canon timeline and canon years of Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 takes place in 1998 during fall. That motherfucker has an iPhone in the middle of winter!
Oh boy.
You say, Brock. Does that matter? Yes, because a giant significant chunk of the stupidity of some of the things in Resident Evil account for the fact that it takes place during that time frame and had the technology during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So having current gen technology and all this stuff could have possibly evaded this entire outbreak from being as bad as what it is. And now, all the people that watch this trailer go, oh, okay. And Brock might be making some points here. And they say, I feel like this happens during RE2 in Raccoon City. For those of you that don't know, Raccoon City is a mega metropolis of like 100,000 people. And RE2 happens in the fucking middle of the zombie apocalypse where sirens are going off, cop cars are going around, and the streets are packed to the fucking brim like mad rats running around. There's one motherfucker on the street alone in this movie. This is a zombie outbreak of a megatropolis that looks like the town I grew up in with a population of 3,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, saying, oh, this is just Resident Evil, so I can say it takes place in Raccoon City, when Raccoon City does not look like a broke down town. It looks like Minneapolis if you expanded it 4,000 times. So then he goes, what makes it even better is that, where's it go? I'm a little fuzzy on the details of the zombie apocalypse and what dates happen with what, so I really wasn't caring when certain things happen. I repeat, this guy who says he's a giant fan of Resident Evil and loves the games and obsesses over them doesn't remember the dates of their literal fucking 9/11. Which I'd hate to break it to you, happened around the same time even, the same month even as 9/11. But couldn't get that fucking date right and put it in winter for the sake of staying in the canon. Then, he goes on to say, I wanted my Resident Evil movie to finally have someone where you're not following a badass with military training, you're following an average gamer like you and me. I'm gonna run down some Resident Evil protagonists, including one that's in Resident Evil 2. Claire Redfield. Do you want to know what her military experience is? Being a 19-year-old college student.
Yep.
The game he's claiming to be taking place during. We're finally having someone without any military experience. Then, we're going to go to the other character that was in RE2, that he's only mentioning Leon by the name of because he, I don't think, knows any other fucking characters that are in Resident Evil. Leon was a rookie cop with a drinking problem that was hungover and missed his interview to get into the RPD and made it into town late. Otherwise, he would have been in the middle of the zombie apocalypse instead of driving into it. Then you have Ethan Winters, whose military training is being a dad with a wife missing. And then just this year, you have Grace Ashcroft, whose military training is knowing how to work a copier. Sorry, Zach, the giant mega Resident Evil fan you are, that you're the first person to think, yo, I'm going to buck the trend and we're going to get someone who's just an average Joe that doesn't know what's going on. Do you start to see where I don't believe a motherfucking word this dude says? Keep in mind also that in this trailer, he says in an interview, I wanted to build up the suspense of these Resident Evil games and have the outright horror that they have, where you can look down a hallway and know you don't want to go down there. The last interview, he said, I want to keep the tone of this movie comedic, how they keep it in the Resident Evil games. That was one interview ago! And people think I'm just complaining to complain. This guy can't keep his story straight to save his own asshole!
No.
Then we go further down, and he says, quote unquote, I am quoting him exactly, this movie doesn't really use zombies that much, it's more of the creature aspect. don't worry, there's more. Only 2 or 3 scenes have them in it, and 2 of them were in the trailer. He then goes, the T-Virus can do such amazing things, we should be focusing more on that. So the movie barely has zombies in it, and he's using the T-Virus as an excuse to make a bunch of bullshit monsters that don't exist in Resident Evil, when those bullshit special monsters are the things you barely run into in the Resident Evil games to make them special. In this trailer breakdown, that big fat tuboid you see in the basement, he goes out of his way to say that is him referencing a monster out of a book that he liked, and that he's going to use similar situations to put things that he likes from other works of media into this movie. So he's not even going to make T-Virus things that were in the Resident Evil game that he claims that he played. He's just going to make up his own creatures that he liked from other movies. And how do I know he's not going to use the T-Virus? Because where's the quote so I get it right? The T-Virus can do a lot of different effects from Zach. Then it goes, this is from his production designer. You'll see a lot of stuff from RE4 and RE6. Hey, for anybody that knows, Resident Evil 4 and 6 have nothing to do with the T-Virus. They're a Las Plagas parasite and the C-Virus that released in China. I am not fucking joking. That is what it was called. So everything you've seen in this trailer is bullshit. The zombies exploding like hand grenades for no reason? That's just not how it works. He's going to openly say he's going to have monsters from other fiction to put him in and use the T-Virus as an excuse to make them. And then he's going to say, by the way, quoting him here, so Zach Krieger and I went through and pulled specific creature elements we like from other games, whether it's tentacles and teeth, and tried to take the language and move it over to these creatures that we're making ourselves. So he again is just going through other games, is going to use stuff from that to create creatures from other movies that he likes into Resident Evil. Hey, do you know why people bitched and complained about the original Resident Evil movies? Because they cherry-picked monsters from other shit and threw them into the continuity and acted like it fit. And everyone's like, Brock, it's not going to be like those other movies. It won't be as long as you don't listen to the interviews describing the movie. It'll be perfectly fine. As long as you don't listen to a damn word they say, you know it's going to be like the movie. And then, later on, it says it's supposed to be in canon, all that, and then 6, by the way, brings me into my next point. 6 was a game that deviated so fucking bad and pissed off so many people that they had to go back to the core main basics and make RE7. Which is the main bitching point that I've tried to see people that, I hate this term, but I'm going to use it, fucking tourists on Resident Evil fandom are using as an excuse to go, well, hey, Brock, that introduced a brand new character. You're going to like it because if you liked RE7, there was nothing Resident Evil about it until Chris Redfield shows up at the end. Tell me you did not play Resident Evil 7 without telling me you didn't fucking play Resident Evil 7! Because there's ways in a video game that you can communicate that it's a fucking Resident Evil game. Inventory management. You get a literal fucking attaché case starting out where you get it. Your healing options are the exact same way. The way they make the levels are the exact same way. They have a literal books with references from other characters. They tell you about other instances. The way that you fight creatures and their attack patterns are the exact same way. The way that you have a stalker enemy known as a nemesis, it's the exact same way. Everything gameplay-wise that separates Resident Evil from a regular zombie game is fucking splattered all over that. And you went into it knowing it was a new Resident Evil game, so it wasn't a brand new property. And, oh boy. And then where was it? Okay. I wanted this game to tell a story of what would happen if some idiot like me were dropped in. Austin's not some badass with combat experience, and he's more interesting than someone who's psychologically equipped. Again, you had a person with a stutter and the equipment that to operate a stapler in Grace. But let's just get away from there. And then he says, a pistol is your first weapon in the movie, just like the games. And then later on, he'll get like a shotgun, and he'll get something else. You know, all that stuff you Resident Evil players like. And then it says, Resident Evil, of course, is a franchise that has tons of zombies, but it gets all sorts of weird monstrosities. I really like the way they handled that, and I want to do more of that my own. And the slow discovery of horror elements, and I really like that about Resident Evil. It's not a run-and-gun action game. It's about tension, atmosphere, and it's something I wanted to lean into for that. As much as there's plenty of action in this movie, it's equally as important to the horror dread. And the moment you look down a dark passage and don't know something's down, there's something awful waiting in the darkness. Do you know what that exact thing also describes? Every other fucking zombie movie you could make. There is not a single motherfucking thing in this trailer that makes you think this is a Resident Evil movie and not just a zombie movie.
But wait, Brock, I have a counterpoint to that.
What's that?
Oh.
Yeah, this is not me being sarcastic at all. This is not my sarcasm voice, not even a little. Did you know that a lore master,
The Batman on Twitter?
yes,
that
the
one?
Batman, the lore master of Resident Evil,
Wow.
This article made
The
me want to fucking
Batman.
punch a hole in the wall.
the Batman. Did you know that he said that there are green herbs in the movie?
Oh, no.
Clearly
Clearly.
a signifier that Zach
Clearly.
Krieger is a huge Resident Evil fan.
Huge Resident Evil.
Huge
fan.
Resident Evil. And did you further know?
Really? What else?
That incessant, annoying beeping from the answering machine? 1998, by the way.
1998. Yeah.
Incessant beeping that's so annoying that I nearly wanted to shut off the trailer the couple of times that I watched it. Did you know that is from the first two Resident Evil games? Did you know that?
Oh, boy.
Clearly.
Wowie!
Clearly
Oh my God,
a
he clearly
signifier
did
that
his
we are all
research.
wrong. Zach Krieger has done his research and obviously will present to us the best Resident Evil movie ever made, and that he's a huge super fan of the franchise. Did you know that?
Oh, absolutely. And
According to the lore master of all lore masters.
the lore master of all lore masters, and then the other image that gets thrown around quite a bit is that I just want Resident Evil movie that's based on the games. Here's the thing, you guys got it, and it was mostly hated, even though it was pretty good. You did not watch that fucking movie if you thought that movie was good. It turned Claire and Jill into, I don't need no fucking man, girl bosses, crammed 3 movies into 1 movie, and then also was written badly, was shot badly. And do I need to remember to all of you that the other Resident Evil movies had a self-insert because the director, albeit I want to show off my hot wife too, just there that had misrepresented powers, could blow up a person's brain through a camera even though she didn't know he was behind it. And then it's just like, they go, you already had good versions of these movies. Why do you want another one that's the same exact thing? You should want something like this. Okay, I'm going to do you one better. Then why are you guys celebrating the Street Fighter movie as being something like this? Because according to you, you already got good Street Fighter movies. If you think those ones were good.
Oh, especially The Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah, we shouldn't be wanting a new Street Fighter movie that's accurate
This is
because
the
all of
equivalent.
these shit pile movies beforehand were so good.
This is the equivalent.
All right, Mike.
Of the Legend of
Now, ask me your question.
Hang on, I need to remember what the question was because
Your
I
question was,
also-
is it more important to have a shot-for-shot remake or to have a game or to have a movie that has the overall feel of Resident Evil? And I would say yes to both. One before the second, and neither apply here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I would be perfectly fine if they were trying a brand new character in a side story like in one of the Outbreak games if I already had good Resident Evil movies. Can you imagine if the Lord of the Rings movies were shit? And then someone went, you know what? I'm going to make a Lord of the Rings movie. But hear me out. It's only going to be about this random guy fishing right before Gollum finds the ring in the river because you already got good versions of Lord of the Rings, so I don't want to try and make those again, but this is in the same world, so you should like it just as much.
Mm-hmm.
So really, this is a case of you have to know the rules before you can break them. And kind of like Fantastic Four, we haven't really had like the good version to set the template for what you can do later.
No. Like, Mike, I'm gonna show you the difference between Brie. I'll let you and Kiona speak because I cut both of you off, and I'm sorry. I'm going to show you, Mike. Here's the perfect analogy for how I can describe the Resident Evil games to the movies. The games are Ryan Reynolds' trilogy Deadpool. The movies are X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool. You can argue. You can argue and say, yeah, he's got swords. They came out of his arm, but the swords are still there. He had red on him, and his name was Wade Wilson. So technically, they're the same. We changed a bunch of other shit and butchered it all. But he had swords though. So it was just as good. So then when you try to describe to people how butchered Deadpool was when they don't know the character in the only version they've seen is X-Men Origins Wolverine, that is me trying to tell people how fucking horrible those Resident Evil movies are compared to the games.
Okay, I think you nailed it there.
God. Anyway, I cut both you off. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say my spicy take is that I've watched First Steps and the Corman Fantastic Four. First Steps is only like marginally better. I'm sorry, but you need to be told the truth.
I don't disagree.
All right.
I don't disagree.
Kiona, I cut you off before.
Oh god, I forgot the first part of what I was going to say now. But
I had a whole 3-page document typed with this shit
it's
ready
fine.
to fucking go.
It's all good. Anyway, so I will just say this though. The lore master of all lore masters, the Batman. Not the Batman, but the Batman on Twitter or whatever.
Oh my god.
The lore master of all lore masters, by the way.
Yeah. That guy
has urged us to remain calm. Remain calm. Just remain calm, everybody.
I'm going to let you know right now, y'all got the calm version of that.
Damn.
I've tried to be better with unneeded amounts of swearing on this podcast when I don't need to because I feel like it's a little too much. If you heard some of the conversations I had with some of the people that go to cons with me that are sick and tired of the we're entitled Resident Evil fans because we already got good movies takes that we've been being pelted with.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. None of you would say those takes to me in person because I would verbally fucking eviscerate you. I wouldn't lay a hand on you, but you would have wished I had compared to the bitching you would have got.
I am so tired of movies taking source material that they're embarrassed by and trying to make it a more grounded, gritty, realistic version of it. It's the reason why I love Superman so much last year. It was just a comic book movie. It just is what it is, and that's all that it is. You know, fuck the haters. This is what we got. Yes. Street Fighter has that same sort of vibe to me. And like Resident Evil should also have that same sort of vibe to me. This is a movie that is literally a horror movie that Zach Krager wanted to make and that they just slapped the Resident Evil name on it just because they want to make money. That's all that this is.
And the other detail that I fucking know that this is why they're doing it, because Constantine Films made a bid on this because I just found this out this year. Constantine Films rights with Resident Evil is the Spider-Man deal. They have to make a movie so many years or they lose the rights.
Yep, that's what it is.
That nailed it in the coffin when I found that out. I'm like, I fucking know it. And also, there's an old interview resurfaced with Zach Krieger that said, if this wouldn't have been made a Resident Evil movie, he would have just retitled it and released it anyway.
Yeah.
So tell me how much this is a Resident Evil movie if you could just retitle the bitch, edit it slightly, and still send the movie out. And it only be a Resident Evil movie and not a bitch-based standard zombie movie. I'm not crazy. I'm
No,
not.
you're not.
No, you're not.
Good God. All
I
right.
know, I hate it. I was literally when I
Ugh.
was reading that stupid article about the lore master of all lore masters.
The
And like,
Batman.
and I'm sorry,
that
I'm just
so
like,
much.
dude, we were just quoting some guy named the Batman.
The Batman.
In this fucking like
Um.
IGN article. It's amazing.
Oh,
Anyway.
I have the article up too.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know,
you
and I'm
do?
sitting there
great,
reading
isn't
this
it?
thing.
Hold on,
Oh my
I'll throw it in the
God.
private chat.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Like, what
but
the hell? I don't know. I'm just
I
so
can, yeah, I like
I'm
it's-
so over this.
Anyway, I'll tell you right now. Me and Mike are both going to watch that movie.
Yep.
And we're going
Oh
to review
yeah,
it.
definitely.
And I will review that movie as if I'm watching a movie, and I'm going to leave the Resident Evil title out of it. You will get both versions of my response, because I will tell you how I feel about that movie as a zombie movie, and then you will get a slight retort at the end of how I feel about it as a Resident Evil movie. Because I
It doesn't
bet
look like much of a Resident Evil movie.
it's
I can tell you
going
that
to
much.
be a pretty good zombie movie.
Yeah. It would
For
be
the
a good
three-
movie
for
if it
the
had
3
any
minutes.
other title.
For the 3 minutes that zombies are in it, according to Zach.
Yeah, for the yeah.
But, all right.
Oh my god, all those monsters look like something out of Silent Hill or Left 4 Dead. To
They
me.
do.
They don't
This'll
even
be-
look like Resident Evil. They
this'll
look like
be
just
Yeah. This will be the second time in a row where a different video game just got turned into a Silent Hill movie.
the
Oh, that's
freaking
right.
zombie, the
Until
freaking
Dawn
big
last
fat
year.
zombie guy. It looks like the Kingpin zombie.
And the legs and creature and half video gown
Yeah.
thing coming out of the...
Oh my god, that's straight out of his own movie. That's straight out of like Barbarian or something.
Yes!
It's bullshit.
All right. So,
I hate it.
if you're crazy, then I'm crazy for thinking Independence Day sequel was originally supposed to be a...
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Jesus.
What?
What?
Is that
I don't
true?
remember it. Huh?
Or is that
Huh?
just what you think? Because if that's true, that's crazy.
Wow.
Hold on, what?
If that's true,
I bet he's just fucking with us, but
I fucking hope you're fucking with me, because if that's true, holy shit. That's what I suspect. Okay, I was gonna say, holy shit! Alright, anyway, so, we're gonna move on here. So, you guys remember, I believe it was on this podcast that we talked about, the, DMC show, and
Yep.
we reviewed the, whoa, that's not what I wanted. And we reviewed the, soundtrack before it came out. So we're gonna do that same exact thing now, and I'm gonna be honest with you, most of this looks pretty good. Now, I like almost everything on here. I like everything on here. But one sticks out more than the others, and I'm gonna see if you can tell me what it is.
Oh god. Shit. What is
okay,
it? again?
Papa Roach. Yeah. We're
The Power of Love remix? Okay.
It'll stick out like a sore thumb once you read it.
Oh. I think I know. I think I see it.
You think
It's
you
just
do?
her world and we're all living in it.
It's just, I love Avril Lavigne, but I don't know how much I think of Skater Boy when I think of Devil May Cry.
yeah,
Now-
that
What I'm hoping...
About
and
as much as I
hope-
think of Limp Bizkit.
No, Limp Bizkit fits better in my opinion. But
It
what
does.
I'm hoping is this is playing on a car when someone destroys it.
yeah, I hope so too.
Because he did say, and I will give him credit, he wanted to make this feel like the time period of when the game's released, kind of deal. So
Yeah,
this
fair.
is around the same time, so I'll give him that. Now, that See You in Hell is apparently the new made just for the show, like Afterlife was from
From
Evanescence
season 1.
last year. So this is a brand new, just made for this. One thing that is cool and made me happy, because Casey Edwards wanted to be a part of this, that song Bazooka is a song specifically for Lady that he wanted to put in Peak of Combat. Not long after Bury the Light, I had an idea for a song for Lady, which is a character in the show for people at the game that people that don't know. Popped into my head. I sat dormant until Peak of Combat. reached out, and I fleshed out the demo, but it was declined because they wanted more stuff or focus on Dante and Virgil. As it would happen, a few years later, a meeting with Netflix would give me a song proper home for Netflix for Devil May Cry fans. I could finally share it with all you. Incredibly grateful to have an opportunity to enjoy the song. Now, the version of Lady that is in the show ain't the greatest, but Casey Edwards is unbelievably talented as a songwriter, and everything he's put out with, other than like Subhuman, is awesome. And the fact that Lady's getting her own song that was like meant to be in something else other than this is now being put in is awesome, because if anyone's heard Devil Trigger or Bury the Light, or I can't think of what V's song is, but it's really good. But anyway, yeah, it's really good. Now I'm noticing they don't have any of them question marked this time, like they did with Green Day and American Idiot. So they didn't have American Idiot playing when the US of A stormed hell for its resources. So I don't think we're going to have any scenes like that coming up again.
Oh,
Probably not.
Oh,
Bummer.
dang.
But I know one thing that people are going to give crap about, and I kind of don't blame them here. So in the original show, when Dante pulls his Devil Trigger for the first time, a song that was made specifically for Nero, the character that Johnny Young Bosch voices in the Devil May Cry games, was put in a situation for Dante. And then now, Shall Never Surrender is another song that's on here, which is another song that was made specifically for Nero that is now going to be put into the show, and I'm going to guess specifically for Dante, who is
Probably.
now voiced by Johnny. So it's like, both of the songs that were meant for this other character he voiced for 12 years, and all this. And there was an interview that came out recently from a con where it said he went in and did the voiceover for this, like, audition, and he didn't know it was for Devil May Cry. He did the audition, and he's like, and he asked them, he's like, is this Devil May Cry? This sounds a lot like Devil May Cry. I would know that it's Devil May Cry. And then they're like, yeah, you voiced for Dante. And he goes, you all do realize I have another character in that series that I voiced for like 12 years, right?
yeah.
And then Adi Shankar,
Okay.
without skipping a beat, goes, I made this show specifically for you to voice Dante. And I don't mean to sound off, but the typical excitement in Johnny's voice for how he talks about voice roles was not there.
Oh,
Ooh.
row.
Where he goes, oh, so you just made this incredibly difficult for me. So yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it.
Crazy.
I'm looking forward to Robbie Damon voicing Virgil. And they've done some
Nice.
things that are a little bit different. Whatever. But it could still, the thing with Virgil can still work. I will give them credit on that. Because if they do it in a certain way, it can still work.
Did they credit Freddie Wong and Corridor Digital and stuff for that, for the tactical reloads?
I have no idea. You'd have to wait until the show credits actually show.
Because they are, because that was very much a ripoff of that entire video.
It wasn't a ripoff. It was just a straight up copy.
It was just straight up. Yeah, it was like rotoscoping. Like,
Yeah, it was a
Jesus
straight up
Christ.
copy. But oh man, there was another interview that I wanted to bring up, but I forgot about it. Oh, for those of you that don't know, they didn't talk about it at the Academy, but Jeff Keighley, the guy who runs the Video Game Awards, his dad was involved in the film industry, and the Academy didn't acknowledge him like whatsoever. But apparently, Christopher Nolan was very good friends with him.
Oh,
yes, yeah. I heard him mention him on Colbert's show last night.
Yep.
The interview.
Yeah, and I guess Jeff's dad, who I am blanking on the name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He said that one of his dreams was to make it so that a camera could completely capture every frame of a film and put it into IMAX naturally. Like, it will capture everything. So then, and Chris said that that's been shot with the Odyssey, and they literally call it the Keighley IMAX camera.
That's,
as soon as he said his
David
name,
Keighley.
I was like, that's gotta be Jeff
Yeah,
Keighley's
like,
dad.
That's fucking cool. And
Yeah.
I'm going to throw shade at the Academy. It's kind of fucking sad that Christopher Nolan and Stephen Colbert talked more about his dad than the fucking Academy did.
Seriously, that's
Yep.
that is a huge Huge omission.
Yeah. Because as much as people like to say whatever they want about Jeff Keighley, he's an amazing dude that just likes to be happy and enjoy life, and I can only imagine that he got a lot of that from his father. Who I can only imagine was what Jeff is about video games was about movies. Which...
I mean, I don't just mockingly call him the Dorito Pope.
No, absolutely. Does he like the Muppets a little bit too much at sometimes? Yes. But he is a great guy. All right. IMAX CFO says that Infinity Vision is a marketing ploy. From our view, we feel
you don't say.
We feel it's a marketing play to try and offset the fact that they don't have an IMAX platform for Avengers Doomsday.
It's basically Disney's version of we're not owned.
Like, at least put in Dolby Vision. At least then it'd be like comparable. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It was fucking weird.
This is some bullshit.
When they announced it, I was like, so does that mean some kind of new technology? Some kind of new
they're
projection?
They're just gonna charge more for
it's
for
just
literally the same.
The thing I love about this movie is that I feel like this is an embodiment of everything that's fucking wrong right now.
Yeah, it's something. All right, the original cast and directors are now executive producers on the new Blair Witch reboot. They have previously called out Lionsgate for not consulting them about the reboot. I did not know it was getting rebooted until this, but I have to ask you guys a question. And this will be a little bit generational, because Kiona, how old are you?
I just turned 45.
Okay, so you're 10 years older than me, so there's a little bit of a gap here. I'm not calling it out to make you feel old. I just generally want to say how this felt for people.
I'm an old man.
Do you guys remember the marketing for the Blair Witch Project, where they genuinely made you feel like that thing wasn't a movie and it fucking happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember.
Yep.
I remember. I lived through that. Yep.
Because I was a very young child when that marketing happened, and I was like, where'd they get these tapes from? Like, it partially worked on me when I was much younger.
It was a found footage thing, and I remember like everybody in my class in high school, we were all looking at that. That was the year that I graduated, and I remember looking at that and just being like, my God, like what are we doing here? This can't be real. This can't be real. And they were always saying, like, they kayfabed it, though. They were this is absolutely real footage. Yeah, we just found it somewhere. It's a park somewhere.
Yeah, it's
released it. And da-da-da.
Yeah, they're like, you can't try that anymore.
Nope.
That kind of, like, you can't really have any sort of interesting marketing shit anymore because the world just won't allow it.
Yep.
That's, like, I can't remember the last time they even tried something close to that.
Oh, God.
I legitimately can't.
I can't remember either.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, good news for those who watched it. I have not started yet, but I plan on it. Scrubs 2026 got renewed for a second season, so that is awesome.
That's cool.
Another one. I brought this up because I know there's music lovers in here, and I know Mike was probably get a good kick out of this. There was an interview that I saw and I don't know one of these guys. Ebro and Peter Rosenberg say that Michael Jackson's Thriller album is the McDonald's of albums.
What?
Says it's massive, but there has no real meaning, and claims that it now has 3 skips in a row. Mike, track list for Thriller.
Yeah, for real.
The Thriller album. Let's go and... Are you fucking kidding me, Wikipedia? Okay.
Yeah, you got to scroll down a bit, but...
Want to be starting something. Well, I'm going to tell you guys where you tell me where the 3 skips in a row happen. Want to be starting something. That's Baby good. Be Mine. The Girl Is Mine. Thriller. Beat It. Billie Jean. Human Nature. Pretty Young Thing. And Lady in My Life. Tell me where the 3 skips in a row happen.
You can't, because the entire second half of that album is a banger.
Yeah,
like,
what?
I mean, regardless of what you think of Michael Jackson as a person, like, you're just being contrarian if you say Thriller is a bad album.
The McDonald's food of albums?
That comparison makes literally no sense.
That makes literally no sense.
Well, I'm trying to think if it's like have you guys ever seen the Jim Gaffigan joke about McDonald's?
I think so.
Where he
Vaguely.
basically accrues McDonald's to the everyday trash you would just go when you don't want to put any effort in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're attempting to say about Thriller.
They're trying to say that it's everyday trash.
That it's everyday, regular, whatever. It's just the common stuff you can get anywhere. It's the McDonald's.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
And this interview just had to happen, like, right around when the Michael movie came out.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Alright. So, I'm going to assume you said this, Mike, so...
Okay, so I kind of have two separate questions, but if the answer to both is the same movie, then so be it. So the first question is, what do you think will be the highest grossing movie of the summer? And the second question is, specifically in the month of July, which movie do you think will make the most money? Is it The Odyssey or Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I think both of my answers are Brand New Day. I think for the sheer fact that it's a Spider-Man movie and the curiosity of the first one being out and after everything, it's going to make a metric assload of money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the Odyssey's not going to make a truckload. I just think this is going to make slightly one more truckload more.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because, again, most kids like Nolan movies. Most people like Nolan as a whatever. But if you're going to give the average Joe an option between Spider-Man and The Tale of the Odyssey, a lot of people, just sheer out of wanting to watch a popcorn flick, are going to tilt towards Spider-Man. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The only possible devil's advocate argument I can make on behalf of the Odyssey are two things. One, last year IMAX screens booked for the Odyssey like a year in advance.
That is true.
And they all sold out.
That is true. It will make
so that does kind of give it a little bit of a heads up. And also the fact that the Odyssey is coming out 2 weeks before Spider-Man gives it a bit more runway.
What comes out after Spider-Man?
After Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec.
I'm wondering what the proximity is. It's like Heiser's mentioned, the other two big ones, in my opinion, obviously, are going to be Supergirl and Toy Story 5.
Oh, yeah,
okay, so the weekend after Spider-Man is August 7th, and that's Super Troopers 3.
Oh, that's gonna kill him. Pack your bags. We're done.
Ice Cream Man, which is a new Eli Roth movie.
Ugh.
Blech.
Competition stiff there.
Yeah, no, I think
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Super Troopers sequel previous to this one come out on like fucking Crackle or something?
No, it was in theaters. I saw
I
it.
thought it was only on a streaming service. Oh, I must be completely wrong then. Well, they also have a lot of Epic the Musical fans seeing the Odyssey. I don't think just because it's Odyssey that Epic the Musical is gonna go there, because that fandom, age-wise, also wants to see Spider-Man. We'll see. Because that there are groups that cross, but the Venn diagram isn't exact as what a lot of people think that might be, in my opinion.
What about Tom Holland fans? Because there's actually like surprising amount of crossover between the actors in The Odyssey and Brand New Day.
Oh yeah.
Like it's Tom Holland, it's Zendaya, and it's John Bernthal.
Yeah. I think it'll just be it's how much you want to see him in a month. Can you handle more than how much? How much can you stare at a screen and wait for John Barenthal to tell you say he wants to tell you something? Like what?
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. I just thought that was a joke, and then man, I saw a montage online.
The supercut of him saying, "Let me tell
They
you
need
something."
to stop. There was
Let me tell you something, Red.
There was 400 of them just in The Walking Dead. Like, and then it escapes The Walking Dead. Like, it's ridiculous. Oh, man. But, yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't know.
And June even is like gonna be a bloodbath because in the second half of the month, you've got Toy Story 5, you've got Supergirl. Right in the middle, you've got Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
That's right. Yeah, that's gonna be a big month. I hope Supergirl is really good.
Same.
That's the only one I legitimately care about the box office of.
Not that I actually care about reviews because A, I have my own thoughts and opinions, but B, like positive reviews don't always translate to box office.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, definitely not.
This is one of the few times where I actually kind of hope that that the movie is like well received enough to get people who are not really that into the DCU to be like, hey, I want to see that. But also, I just need that movie to do well because I want the DCU to do well.
I agree. I just turned over my other screen. There's a big picture of Doomsday Director worries that some people have become worried to engage with anything because spoiler concerns. Joe Russo thinks spoiler culture has gotten a little out of hand. You don't fucking say, Joe.
And whose fault is that?
Good God. All right, yeah, it's fucking God.
Jesus H. Christ.
I will give them credit.
Sick.
They at least did a good job with the purposely fake trailers. That I thought was at least a good idea, where they left stuff out of trailers.
Yeah, that's I'll give them credit for that. Like to get people off the scent of certain spoilers and putting like fake scenes in the trailers. Like that's good.
Yeah, because you can't say they're lying. That scene was in there. Well, except for like one of them from Doomsday or Infinity War were in there. They just didn't have certain characters in the scenes with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not lying. The scenes are in there. But all right. If we don't have anything else, I think we are good to go.
I think that was healthy.
I think it was too.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture. Find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organized Zero. You can find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen, and for some reason, Pandora. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com, including Lay Crap.
Yes.
Mean Escape? So do we.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to Lay Crap, of course, we're now in Renegade Pop Culture, but if you want to follow me everywhere else, you can follow me at crazylemur.bsky.social. I am also on Instagram at lemurs rule 1, where I'm trying to be more active, just life has been super cuckoo bananas.
Kiana.
You can find me on Twitch at Neoplasmic, also Blue Sky Neoplasmic there as well. You can find me on Twitter still at Neoplasmic24. And pretty soon we will be getting that Kindred After Dark project off the ground. Excuse me, the Vampire the Masquerade live play that we're going to be doing on my bestie Red stream and also mine as well. I think we're going to go stream it. Yeah, so if you guys want to find us there and follow our adventures there, you can look for us on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter at the Disexuals, which is DISEXUALS.
Nice. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you're into cosplays, convention going, and the such, you can find me over at my Instagram over at Organoid Zero. In case somehow somebody watching this sees this next week, right before I leave, I will be at Anime Central next week. So if any of you are there and you want to see some Devil May Cry cosplay, come hit up your boy. All right. Until next time, we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.